We are often told that the world would be safer if men were simply less intense. But when a structure starts to fail, no one looks for the most compliant person. They look for the person who can hold the weight. Right now, men are caught in an exhausting trap. Modern culture insists that you have to choose between two opposing, deeply flawed extremes. On one side is a toxic caricature. This is the hyper-aggressive man who uses dominance and intimidation to mask deep, unresolved internal insecurities. On the other side is a passive, hyper-compliant model. This path demands that you suppress your natural drives entirely, a choice that leaves you indecisive, overly accommodating, and weak. Neither of these paths creates a genuinely good man. Virtue cannot exist in a state of uncontrolled rage, and it certainly cannot exist in a state of total passivity. We need to dismantle the harmless fallacy. Being harmless means you are simply incapable of doing damage. That does not make you virtuous, it makes you vulnerable. The psychologist Carl Jung spent years studying the shadow. He observed that mental health actually requires acknowledging your innate capacity for aggression and danger. This illustrates integrated power, the conscious choice to retain dangerous capability, but channel it entirely into construction and protection. If you fail to integrate these drives, denying your strength causes the core to fracture, leaking out as resentment and passive aggression. A harmless man is not a good man. True goodness requires capable, raw power that you choose to keep under total, conscious control. To see how this integrated power works in the real world, we have to look at the protector archetype. Historically and biologically, this has been the defining outward role of the masculine. The primary function of this role is to build a safe perimeter. It means developing physical strength, building financial stability, and emotional resilience to shield the people who depend on you from external chaos. Stepping into this role requires a massive psychological shift. This diagram shows the default mindset for many, a metric of consumption. What can I extract? To become the protector, you have to reverse that flow. You must begin asking what you can defend and build for others. Shifting your focus from consumption to protection provides a permanent, noble purpose. It anchors your identity and instantly elevates your self-respect. You will need this structural resilience because crises and emotional storms are inevitable. Every family, business, and community will eventually face periods of intense chaos. When panic hits, a group doesn't need someone to match their panic. They desperately need a stable baseline. This is the anchor principle. The weak instinct is to react to stressful events with your own anger or fear. The highly disciplined skill is to remain completely unreactive and absorb the impact without breaking. Becoming that emotional anchor isn't something you can fake in the moment. It requires that you have already faced down your own internal fears in private, long before the storm arrives. Your highest value as a man is realized right here. When the people you love look at you during a disaster, they should see a rock that the tide cannot move. There is a heavy, inescapable reality that comes with this kind of integrated strength. Someone is always watching you, whether it is your children, your younger siblings, or your employees. Through your actions and your daily demeanor, you serve as a living cultural blueprint for your entire environment. This relies on quiet, unglamorous daily work. It means optimizing your physical health, sharpening your mind, and maintaining strict integrity when no one is looking. Leadership and order are never established by spoken dictates. They must be physically lived out as the daily standard. A man who has integrated his power becomes a stabilizer. He provides the literal security that allows a family to rest and a community to build without fear. It is time to stop apologizing for your inherent power, your competence, and your immense capacity for action. Stand tall, protect your circle, be the anchor your world is waiting for. Stay grounded, retain your masculinity, awaken the good within you. Your personal awakening secures your self-respect, and it provides the foundation your community needs to survive and flourish.